around, you can see the wonderful striping and the light colors, which will help reflect the heat off, so the asphalt surfaces will be near as hot as if they were black. Dover project, another one that's complete, will be coming off the list. Downfield, we had a successful opening. The kids are actually, we allowed them on the field this week. So I know Marco is actually using the first half of the field right now for the kids out there. And again, we're trying to wrap this one up and get it closed out.
Is this where all the portables were before?
Yes, this is where the
entire
Ford campus was. And this is a photo of Korematsu. We're actually looking at the gym building, and we're looking to the northwest, out towards the bay. And with the good weather, you can see we're continuing on the outside, wrapping up. To the left is actually the classroom structure. In the middle there, that's an elevator going in to allow access to the upper floors. And to the very back of that same structure is the multi-purpose cafeteria building. And this is actually the administration wing. And so we're standing down by the gym looking up because the hill is actually terraced up. These seat walls you see, the concrete seat walls there, they actually act as a bioretention basin as well. So all the storm water on the site will be running through those basins, being filtered before it's discharged out into the city system.
It can be recycled into the field.
Actually, the field behind is the Castro Park, and that has its own water source for that. There really is no grass on the Korematsu site itself.
Oh.
It's just all landscaping. The site actually occupies pretty much every square foot of the ground.
So it's heavy building density for the size of the park.
It's very tight. Very tight. So this is the Fernald Middle School field. This actually will complete this week. So you can see the grass is down, or the outer turf's down, the outbuilding's complete. Probably if you drive by today, you would see that the track is actually moved in, and so you'll see the red surface in the field. This is the Greenwood / LPS. Again, these are actually bioretention basins going in. They'll be filters basically, but they will be filtering site water on the site as well. Here we got a picture of the gymnasium building. What you see kind of on the left, that screen hanging down, that's a sunscreen to actually help with the glare since it's a west-facing facility. And you can see the contractor putting up the soffit underneath the outside of the gym. All around that property on 9th Street and Chancellor and Bissell, I believe it is. These are, again, more planters, and they will be acting as filtration devices for the rain. So each building has its own particular filtration system, and the site itself has its own filtration system before it discharges. It's one of our extensive part of the stormwater requirements to keep up with the state mandates. Interior finishes are coming along. This is actually inside the LPS building. The floors are actually down, and you see them covered over. They're all tile. You can see the tile on the walls, and it complements each other, as well as the lockers are installed. Moving on to the ANZA, we're actually putting still up right now for the Link Learning Facility. So that is moving on rather well. And here's a picture standing by the baseball field itself, looking back. What you see is where the curb line is going to be, new parking that will circle around in the middle of the new fields. So as we look towards the gymnasium building, that'll be a multi-purpose use field. Just above that are tennis courts, and then the softball field will be on the east end of the campus. And this road divides that into baseball field and then the football field. El Cerrito, looking down, again, site work's continuing on the site. The track curbing has been installed now. Where we're standing is actually an access road that was cut to bring the dirt in and all the contractor's material. This road is about ready to be cut out, and then we'll be actually having to access the site through the causeway, which is between the tennis courts and the existing softball field. It has no other site access, so we've been trying to push that off as far as we can, but we're about to the point where that'll be coming out. This is just a visitor's team room, as you can see, we're progressing along. The roofs have actually now been completed. These pictures are a little dated. Home locker room superstructure has now been installed for the retractable roof. That's what you see, the superstructure there. On the inside of the auditorium, you can see the pools have actually all been done, added out, tiles been put in, and work is continuing on the upper part, installing lights and working on the roof system itself. Over to the Pinole Valley High School, this is the demo project. You can see the interior finishes have been stripped out as the contractor preps this building for demolition. This is work going on the outside where we're actually taking off all the tiles, roofing tiles around the buildings. All those are hazardous material containing products. They're being bagged and will be shipped to appropriate landfills.
Good riddance.
And again, this is just more demo activity happening on the backside of the campus. And they're moving from the east, or south, I guess, to the north. So we cleared the space so we could get back on our hillside stabilization project. And this is just a hillside stabilization project. The first phase is done, the piers are in, then we cover it over, and again, as soon as the campus goes down, we'll begin work to cut this material out, recompact it, and put it back.
Any further complaints from residents?
No, we've had no complaints. We continue to communicate with the city and the community.
Wonderful.
Kennedy, fabrication laboratory. This one just actually, bids came in, project is in the process of being awarded, and this is just a view of what the future tech lab will look like. And the main construction is actually the classroom facility, you see right here. And this was an automotive shop, and so we are utilizing the existing spaces that were already constructed in there. So it'll just be a renovation of those spaces, new constructed classroom area, and then just a reuse of the floor area. And this is, the last time you see this image is actually the outside parking, and it's in closeout. And that's the report.
So I want to make one final comment on the project status report. In the several months that we've been using this summary, this one-page summary, I urge you to just look one last time, because we need to dwell with this stuff and try and understand these numbers, and I appreciate people have different tolerance for data and numbers, but lest we rush to judgment and pound our chests and huff and puff about these terrible change orders, just consider the sum total of these 19 sub-projects, $219 million, almost $250,000, about 1/4, a little less than 1/4 of all of the money spent to date on so far, the roughly $1 billion spent to date. And the total change order project percent is a little less than 3%. And in the several months that we've had this one-page summary, it has been less than 3% or right around 3%. So we are told that, as Orlando's pointed out before, we were told by architects and so forth that they always recommend to their clients that they should budget in public school projects, especially where you have to accept the lowest, most responsive and responsible bid. You should always expect a budget, 5% change orders for the construction and 10% for the renovations, because you never know what's behind the walls. So given that just general guideline of 5 and 10%, which seems to be kind of an industry norm, here we are in the school district, right around 3%, and have hung that way for several months. So I'm just saying, even as we zero in on and try and understand what's going on individual projects with high percentages, we should also realize and understand, what the overall picture is. So, thanks.
Okay, then the last item is the KPI report.